so we made this proposal, this grant proposal, so that we could do a diversion program in the hopes of showing that those racial disparities would go down. I mentioned earlier that the data dashboards we have will tell us a lot of information about charging, the fact that we have charged, the fact or what happened in terms of the disposition. We also have the Minnesota State Sentencing Guidelines that has a lot of data as well. So you can see how many departures from the guidelines there were. You can see racial disparities there. But what you can't see is the why. So what we're trying to look at are the decision points. Allison, you've talked about that a little bit. And Alex, you have too. It's the why are we making the decision? We know we can look at our office and we know that we offer departures for more white defendants than Black defendants. But why is that? And right now, our data doesn't tell us that. So we're working with a number of organizations to try to figure out how do we get at those decision points? Because I think that's where the critical information will come out. In other words, to give an example, I'm very interested in traffic stops. And one of the things police say is we get all kinds of weapons from traffic stops. And when you look at the data, most dashboards will tell you that there are huge racial disparities in the number of or the drivers that are stopped. But what they don't tell you is how often when Black drivers are stopped is law enforcement getting a gun. And we were able to get that data and crunch it here in Minneapolis. And we realized that the data said when Black drivers are stopped and searched, police find a gun in less than 0.5% of the cases. So that's really compelling data. You know, I think you look at any dashboard, any law enforcement, and you can see huge racial disparities, but the narrative around that is, oh, we're getting guns and drugs. So if you could actually use data to show that this is an ineffective use of resources, that's much more compelling, a much more compelling narrative to tell community and police as well. So what I'm hoping to do is to expand or create our ability to do that.